So we were discussing the numerical problem 3.5, and in that the question is an electric iron is marked 200 volt and 1000 watts, which means the voltage or potential difference is 200 volt and the power is 1000 watts. What is the resistance of the iron? And also it is mentioned if the cost of the current is 2 taka per unit, find the total cost of the current for the iron used for 2 hours. So this is the question. In the textbook, when they solve, instead of 200 volts, they have used 220 volt because 220 volt is the supply voltage, but that's not the right way to solve the problem. You have to use 200 volt itself. Okay, so how can we write resistance? You know that power is equal to voltage into current, and current is equal to, in terms of voltage and resistance, V by R. So I can write power is equal to V square by R, right? So we need to find R. So R is equal to V square by P. So V is 200 square divided by P is given to be 1000. So this is equal to 4 with 4 zeros divided by 3 zeros gets cancelled. So you will get it at 40 ohm. Don't go with the solution given in the textbook. They used a wrong value for the potential.
Teacher, South is waiting.
Okay, I'll let him in. So we got resistance. Now they have told 2 taka per unit. What is meant by unit here? What is meant by unit here? What is the unit?
Kilowatt per hour.
Kilowatt, not per hour. Kilowatt.
I mean kilowatt hour.
Sorry. Okay. The unit is nothing but kilowatt hour. And what is kilowatt hour? It is the unit of power or energy. We discussed that in the class. Kilowatt hour is the unit of
energy.
Energy. So energy is equal to power into time. Okay. So we get energy is equal to power into time. So power you have to express as kilowatt. 1000 watts means how much kilowatt? 1 kilowatt. And time should be in hours. So 2 hours. So you will get the energy in kilowatt hour if you represent power in kilowatt and time in hours. So this is equal to 1 times 2 kilowatt hour. Is that clear? So energy is equal to 2 kilowatt hour. So the total cost will be equal to how much? It is costing 2 taka per unit. So total cost will be equal to 2 times 2, which is equal to 4 taka. Is that clear to you? Is this question clear to you?
Yes, teacher.
So let's go to the next one. 3.11 or chapter 3, 11th question. The page number must have changed now. So I hope you have the textbooks with you, right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So question number 11, let me read it for you. A TV set of 250 watt is used for 1 hour and an iron of 1200 watts is used for 10 minutes. Which one will be using more energy? So you have a TV set and an iron box. TV set is using 250 watt. So what is that? Power. Power is equal to 250 watt and is used for 1 hour. So time is equal to 1 hour. And iron off. So the iron box has a power of 1200 watts. and time is equal to 10 minutes. Now here you have two choices. One, because you just have to compare the energy, you need not convert the energy to kilowatt hour. You can directly find taking power and time in the same unit. Here watt and watt. Power is in the same unit, no need to change, but time is given in different units. So let us make the unit same, which is easier to convert minutes to hour or hour to minutes.
Minutes to hour.
Minutes to hour, you will have to divide with 60. Hour to minutes, you will have to multiply with 60, which is easier. Multiplication or division?
Division.
1 into
Multiplication.
60 is easier, or 10 by 60 is easier to do.
Multiplication. Teacher.
Yeah, so we can represent 1 hour as 60 minutes. So both of them have the same unit now. So you have energy for TeV. The energy used is equal to power into time is equal to 250 times 60. And for iron box, you have energy is equal to power into time, which is 1200 times 10. Now we will get the answer in watt minute, both positions. So which one is greater, you can check, and that will be using higher energy. Is this clear to you?
Yes. Yes, teacher.
Okay, so let's go to the next problem.
Teacher,
Problem
but the
number
unit
330.
of energy is kilowatt per kilowatt hour, right? So the answer will be correct either way.
You have, the question is, which one is using higher energy? If it was to calculate the cost, you will have to convert into kilowatt hour. If they have asked you to find the energy in a particular unit, you will have to convert to that unit. But here the question is, compare which one is using higher energy. So you can find the answer in any unit, but both the answer should be in the same unit. Only then you can compare which one is higher.
Okay.
So it is not necessary, as they have done, to convert it to kilowatt hour, because the question is only to compare the energy. So if you don't want to lose time in your exam hall, go for the easiest route. Now 313, question 313. 10 ampere electric current is flowing through a conductor of 1 millimeter square. And okay, let me read the question. A 10 ampere electric current is flowing through a conductor of 1 millimeter square uniform cross section. Find the drift velocity of the electron if the number of free electrons is 10 raised to 28 per cubic meter of the conductor. So they have given current I is equal to 10 ampere and area of cross section is equal to 1 millimeter square, and you have to find the drift velocity and the number of electrons per unit volume or per meter cube is given as 10 raised to 28. Okay. Do you remember the equation connecting current and drift velocity?
Yes,
What
teacher.
is it? I is equal to
NAVE.
NAV, which is
VDE.
drift velocity, into E. So here you have I, 10 is equal to N is 10 raised to 28. Can we use area as millimeter square here? No. You have to convert that to meter square, which is SI. Millimeter is not the SI unit. Meter is the SI. So for area, meter square will be the SI unit. So some students have a confusion how to convert millimeter square to meter square. You know what is 1 millimeter is equal to how much meters? 1 millimeter. 10 raised to minus 3 meter. 1 millimeter is 10 raised to minus 3 meter. You have no doubt about it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now you have to find millimeter square. So take square on both sides. So 1 square is 1. Millimeter square is equal to 10 raised to minus 3 square. What is 10 raised to minus 3 square?
1 into 10 minus 6 to the power
10 raised to minus
6.
6 meter square. Is that clear? So you have to express area as 10 raised to minus 6 meters square. So instead of A, we will put 10 raised to minus 6 meters square, and drift velocity, we have to find out what is the value of E, charge on an electron.
1.6.
1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19.
To 10 raised to minus 90 coulomb. So we got all the quantities here. The question is what is VD? So VD will be equal to 10 divided by all these quantities. 10 raised to 28 times 10 raised to minus 6 times 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 90. You are allowed to use calculators, right? So you can use the calculator and find the value, and the unit will be, what will be the unit?
Meter per second.
Meter per second, that is the SI unit. Is it clear to you?
Yes.
I hope the one who had doubt was regarding this area. Okay, now let us go to question 315. A bronze wire of 15 ohms resistance is elongated in such a way that it becomes 4 times in length and its area of cross section becomes 1/4. Find the resistance of the elongated wire. That's the question. So let me rub this. Question 315. Okay, a bronze wire of 15 ohms. So resistance is equal to 15 ohms. And later it is elongated, it gets a new resistance. So let me take the old resistance as R1. So R1 is equal to 15 ohms, is elongated in such a way that it becomes 4 times in length. And they have told that the new length will become 4 times the old length. So L2, the new length, is equal to 4L1. And its area of cross section becomes 1/4, which means the new area will be equal to 1/4 of the old area. So A1 divided by 4. A2 will be equal to A1 divided by 4. Now, the question is, find the resistance of the elongated wire. The question is R2 is equal to what? Which is the formula connecting resistance, length and area? R is equal to
Rho L by A.
rho L by A. So R1 will be equal to rho, the same material, right? So rho will be saying L1 by A1 and R2 will be equal to rho L2 by A2. But we know that L2 is equal to 4 times L1. So instead of L2, I can put 4 times L1, and instead of A2, I can put A1 divided by 4. So this is equal to rho times 4L1 divided by A2 is A1 divided by 4. So it goes to the numerator. 4 goes to the numerator. So this is equal to 4 times 4, 16. 16 rho L1 by A1. What is rho L1 by A1? What is rho L1 by A1? R1. So I can substitute this as equal to 16 R1. So you got R2 is equal to 16 R1. That is the answer. So the answer is the new length will be 16 times the old length. Oh, sorry, the new resistance will be 16 times the old resistance. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So let me go to the next question. Question 316. Let me rub this. The resistance of two resistors of same material are equal. So same material and two resistors, their resistances are equal. So let me put it as R1 is equal to R2. If the ratio of their lengths are 4:9, so ratio of their lengths, let me put it as L1 by L2 is equal to 4/9. Then what is the ratio of their diameters? So diameters, let me put it as D1 by D2 is equal to what? This is the question, right? Now R1 is equal to R2. So let me substitute the equations for R1 and R2. What will be R1? Rho times L1 by A1 is equal to R2 will be rho times L2 by A2, right? So rho gets cancelled. It comes and it is the same material, so its value is same, it gets cancelled. So I can put here, if I take L2 to this side and A1 to that side, this will become L1 by L2 is equal to A1 by A2. Now, we are speaking of electric wires. What will be the shape of the cross-sectional area of a wire? If you take the cross-section of a wire, what will be the shape? It will be circular, right? If you take a wire and cut it, the cross-section will be circular. What is the area of a circle? You must have learned the formula of area of a circle. What is area of a circle? Are you there?
Pi R square.
Pi r square. So we have L1 by L2 will be equal to pi r1 square by pi r2 square. Pi gets cancelled, right? Now let me we want diameter, right? What is the relation between diameter and radius?
Double.
What is the relation between diameter and radius? Two times radius is equal to diameter. So you know this, right? If you take a circle, this is called the radius. And if you take from here to here, the whole distance, this is called diameter. If you are taking half of it, it is radius. You know this, right? So 2 times radius is diameter. So just to make it d1 by d2, let me multiply. This is equal to r1 by r2, the whole square, right? R1 square by R2 square. So just to make it d1 by d2, I am multiplying on both sides 2. Will it make any difference? So L1 by L2 is equal to 2R1 by 2R2, the whole square. 2 gets cancelled. Now 2R1 I can write as d1 and 2R2 I can write as d2, the whole square. Okay, so you know what is L1 by L2, 4 by 9 is equal to D1 by D2 the whole square. So what is D1 by D2? Root of this, right? So what is D1 by D2?
2 by 3.
2 by 3. Root of 4 is 2, root of 9 is 3. Is it clear to you?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so let me go to the next question. Question number 390. Have you understood the problem? Is there any doubt? Just stop me if you have any doubt, okay? I think most of you have not gone through the problems in the textbook. You have to first go through the problems and then only you will get a clear idea. You have to try to solve the problems by yourself. In question 390, two ends of a cell of 2 volt EMF and 3 ohms internal resistance are connected in a parallel connection with two short wires of 20 ohms and 30 ohms resistance. Find the amount of current flowing through the cell. So there are two ends of a cell of EMF 4 volts. So there is a cell 4 volt EMF and 3 ohms internal resistance. So we usually show it as a small resistance across that, and it is connected in parallel connection with two short wires. So here it is connected to two short wires having resistances 30 ohm and 20 ohm. Find the amount of current flowing through the cell. So what is the current flowing through the cell? This is question. Is this clear to you? Is this figure clear to you?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So you have to find current I, and you have learned a formula. I is equal to
E divided by RP plus R, small r.
E divided by capital R plus small r, where small r is the internal resistance 3 and E potential V, and R is the total external resistance. Alright? Here as total external resistance, you have two resistances connected in parallel. So I can write R is the parallel connection. R is equal to RP, the resistance which are connected in parallel. So you can find 1 by RP is equal to, tell me how to find the effective resistance.
1 by 20 plus 1 by
1
30.
by 20 plus 1 by 30. So this is equal to, the denominators are not same. So to make the denominator same, I'm multiplying here with 3 and here with 2. So 3 by 60 plus 2 by 60, which is equal to 5 by 60. What is 5 by 60? 1 by, what is 5 by 60? 60 divided by 5. 12. So RP is equal to 12 ohms. So you have to substitute instead of R 12 ohms. And the rest of the quantities are directly given. So I is equal to 4 divided by 12 plus 3. So 4 by 50 ampere. Solve this. Is this clear to you? Say yes or no.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
The one who asks doubt, they have to tell whether this is cleared now or not. Your confusion will be how R became this. Because according to the given question, the two external resistances are connected in parallel. So the total external resistance will be the effective resistance of the parallel connection. Okay. So let us go to the next question. Question 320. Two resistances of 4 ohms and 6 ohms are connected in a series connection, and a cell of electromotive force 2.2 volt and of 1 ohm internal resistance is connected with it. Find the potential difference of two ends of each resistance. So you have to find the potential difference, right? So across both of them. So two resistance, 4 ohm and 6 ohm are connected in series. So there are two resistances, 4 ohm and 6 ohm, connected in series with a cell of EMF 2.2 volt and 1 ohm internal resistance. So you have a cell here of 2.2 volt and 1 ohm internal resistance. Okay. Now find the potential difference of the two ends of the resistance. So this is the circuit and the current will be going like this, and you have to find the potential across here. Across here V is equal to what, and across here V is equal to what? This is the question. So V1 is what? V2 is what? We know that. How will you find the voltage across the resistance? How will you find the voltage across the resistance? Current times resistance, right? So what we have to find out here is first we have to find the current. Then you can find the voltage as current into this voltage will give you V1, and current into this voltage will give you V2. So which formula will you use to find the current? I is equal to, you are given the EMF of the cell, internal resistance, and two external resistance which are connected in series. So the total external resistance R will be the sum of these two. Is it clear? Okay. So Abdul Mustafa, tell me which equation we will use for current. Which equation? We used the equation in the previous question as well. The same equation. Can't you hear me, Abdul Mustafa? Okay, Tahmina, tell me. Which equation we will use for current? EMF is there, internal resistance is there. Yes, Tahmina.
E by RS plus R.
E by RS plus R. Good. So instead of R, you have to use the effective resistance of these two series combination. So this is equal to EMF is 2.2 divided by, what is the series combination? 6 plus 4, 10 plus 1. So you will get here 2.2 divided by 11. That is the current. Okay. Now you can find the voltage. V1 is equal to I into R1. So you have I into R1. I is 2.2 divided by 11 times 4. And V2 is equal to I into R2, which is 2.2 by 11 times 6. Is this clear to you? Is this problem clear to you? Can't hear any reply.
Yes.
Okay, so let me go to the last doubt, which is 323. The question is, if 9 cells, each of 1.5 volt EMF are arranged in parallel. So there are 9 cells which are connected in parallel and is connected with 1 ohm resistance. So you have 9 cells connected in parallel. I'm not going to draw all 9 cells. Instead, I will draw 2 and put dash. Okay, there are 9 such cells connected in parallel and arranged in combination and is connected with 1 ohm resistance. 1 ohm resistance and 1.35 ampere electric current flows through it. So there will be 1. So this is there. There are 9 cells connected in parallel. 1 ohm resistance is there and a current of how much? I is equal to 1.35 ampere is flowing. Find the internal resistance of the cell. They have given that each of this have a EMF 1.5 volt and there are 9 cells and they have asked us to find the internal resistance. So here again you have learned an equation. What will be the current if there are cells connected in parallel, if there are M cells connected in parallel? M E divided by M into capital R plus small r. If they are connected in parallel, if they were connected in series, what will be the equation? I is equal to, if there are N cells connected in series, N E by capital R plus small n into R. So if they are connected in series, the multiplication factor, number of cells in the denominator will go with internal resistance. But if they are connected in parallel, it will go with the external resistance. We derived this in both of these equations in the class. So here they are connected in parallel. So I'm using this equations. So this is here equal to, what is M, Tahmeena?
9.
9. And what is E, Bibi Hawa? Just to know you all are there.
1.5.
1.5 divided by 9 times. What is R? R here, Fahima?
1.
What is capital R? Fahima? 1. Okay. Into 1 plus what is small r, which you have to find out. And they have given current as 1.35. So you can take 9. 9 into 1 is 9. 9 plus r to this side. So 9 plus small r into 1.35 is equal to 9 into 1.5. Or you have 9 plus small r is equal to 9 into 1.5 divided by 1.35. Or small r is equal to, taking 9 to other side, it will become minus. So 9 into 1.5 divided by 1.35 minus 9. So you can do this using your calculator and you will get the internal resistance. Is this clear to you?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so that's all about the questions in which you asked doubts. Now I want you to go through the numerical problems till 45, I think. And we will discuss the questions in which you have doubt tomorrow, in tomorrow's class, and we will finish it off. Okay, so prepare well for the test on Monday. And if you come across any other doubts while preparing, you can give that doubt in the WhatsApp group and I will try to answer. Is that clear to you?
Yes, teacher.
And it's already time, so let me end the meeting. See you tomorrow.